It's my seat. You.
Sir. Okay. Ready? Ready?
James, you like coming back to LA?
So James, your 6th All-Star game in your hometown. Really special to be back in Los Angeles.
Yeah, especially, I think I played in the rookie sophomore game, my second year. Just to be able to play in a big boy game means a lot. You grow up, especially being from LA, you watching Kobe, you watching Shaq in the game every single year. So you see how fun and how exciting it was. Now to be here in LA in the city, it's more special.
Harden, best dunk in the NBA of all time.
In the NBA or just period? Because I would say when Vince Carter jumped over that 7-footer in the Olympics. That's pretty dope.
Best dunker of all time.
Vince Carter.
MVP, you or Steph Curry?
Where, this year? I should have won 3 years in a row.
James, hi. I have Boys and Girls Clubs. So recently you were just talking about growing up. So what was it like growing up in the Boys and Girls Club?
It was good, man. You learn so much in the Boys and Girls Club. So many different kids, different ages. Obviously you learn manners, you learn how to just be a teenager, and that helped me, shaped me, formed me to who I am today. That's why I'm able to go back to those kids and tell them how, the reason I'm at this point where I'm at today.
James, first place you eat when you come back in town.
I'm not supposed to say it, but Roscoe's.
Right there. James, with the new format for the All-Star game, what do you expect will change and what kind of performance can we expect from you?
I think it's exciting, man. You get an opportunity, for guys, a mixture of guys to play on the same team as each other. We're trying to win though. It's competitive. Obviously, All-Star game, there's a lot of highlights, but we're trying to win. And we're going to go out there and prove that we're trying to win.
James, if you could tell some of the things that you've learned by playing with Chris Paul so far this season.
Just IQ, leadership. It's so many things. I learned something every single day coming from Chris. The way he handles his business. He's just not a basketball player. He thinks the game. He studies the game of basketball. And he's just not out there running around shooting jumpers. And so there's a different dynamic to that. And once you get that, obviously your game elevates, and he's helped me.
A lot of people talk about the style of New York street ball, Chicago ball, Philly ball. As an LA guy with the game here, how would you best describe the style of LA basketball?
Just straight game. Like LA players just got game. It's not about the handles. It's not about the athleticism or the jumper. We got all that. We got all that. And you can see it from DeMar to Clay to Kawhi to Russ. The guys that I just named, we got all that. They can shoot it, they can jump, they can handle, they can do everything. So LA running it right now.
How do you feel about having the best record in the league and only being the only All-Star?
I got a lot to say about that, but what are we talking about? Obviously everybody knows Chris Paul's with the Rockets, and the Rockets have the #1. How does that not happen? And it's frustrating. I know he's frustrated. He never brings it up. That's why I had to say it. But I said he's never going to bring it up. But I'll defend for him. He should be here with me. In LA as also.
Hey, James, music and basketball go hand in hand. Top 5 MCs dead or alive?
Pac, Biggie, Jay. You got Meek and Nipsey.
So James, what do you think about these new All-Star game changes?
That's pretty dope. Especially me and DeMar. He's on the east, I'm on the west. We get an opportunity to play on the same team. That's pretty dope. I hope it's more enjoyable for the fans as well. So tomorrow we'll see, we'll have fun, and we'll put on a show.
Is it a different feeling to be here this year? No, go ahead, Durant.
Who's the GOAT right now?
Right now?
No, all time.
Oh, Jordan.
Hey, and who has the best hops in the NBA?
Right now? Man, there's so many guys that are. I would say Vic Oladipo, just because I love how smooth he gets up.
Is it a different feeling to be here this year with the best record in the league? Do you have a different feeling about what's possible for your team this year?
Different, a whole different swag, a whole different feeling, swag, everything. Just confident. I know what we have back in Houston, from coaching staff to the players, top to bottom. We have a lot of depth, and that's what we've been missing since I've been in Houston. So we're gonna ride this weekend out, and then when it's time to get back to business, it's go time.
You mentioned the coaching staff. Mike was a big believer in sort of empowering his players to voice what they think.
Yeah.
How much does that sync with what works for you and what you need
That's real NBA life right there. Like 95% of these, the coaches or organizations, like he gives his players freedom to communicate, to go out there on the court and just be who you are. I think everybody's gonna make mistakes, but if you're playing with that mindset that you can go out there and play free, you're gonna be that much better. And that's why everybody you see that's under Mike, whether their numbers go up or they play a lot better or whatever it is, from top to bottom, you can tell we're our team today.
Did you need that at that stage of your career?
Yeah, I needed it. And like I said, I turned the ball over. I think I averaged 4 turnovers a game. But there's so many other great things that I do on the court that he sees in me that good outweighs them 4 turnovers.
Do you think that Eric Gordon has a great chance to win again? The 3-point.
He won last year, right?
Yeah.
He's gonna win every year until he decides he don't want to win no more.
James, welcome back home. Good to see you again.
Thank you, brother.
James, your involvement in the community outreach that the NBA cares and what it did with the community and how you were able to participate. Talk a little bit about that. Giving back to the community.
I always give back to the community. I think the youth and the younger generation is the world. It's what it revolves around. And then especially, me being from LA, growing up in the Boys and Girls Club, just that inner city. We went to John Mayer, middle school. That just is a part of who I am. Giving back and making sure these young kids feel my energy, embrace my energy, and let them know that they can be something in life as long as they just stick their mind to it and have a goal.
And James, the next NBA All-Star game, this is really setting a precedent for next year. How about the planning for that? Is it already started? And can you top this?
Better top it. This is next level for sure. The NBA is the best league in the world, and we're going to always be better every single year. From the players to the All-Star games to just everything. How they changed the format this year. They're always creative, and that's one thing you got to love about it.
James, how enjoyable was it to play like this, like a kid almost, without the pressure of the result, just like having fun with the other players and play almost when you were 12 years old and playing ball just to play ball?
It's like in the playground. You get an opportunity for a little vacation, go out there and just hoop, have fun with the best players in the world. So you just go out there, have fun, and be who you are.
James, do you think you're the MVP?
What's up, baby?
So, we're in Brazil with Massive Nene because he's the only Brazilian that doesn't have a ring. So you better help him out.
That's my guy, Nene. He always looks out for me. That's my OG, but that's the plan. That's the plan, Tiago, is to get him a ring this year.
Okay. What do you think about this? Everybody talk about winning tonight, and now you guys have a prize. Is it going to be any different?
Yeah, it's going to be a lot more competitive. Obviously, the All-Star game, at the end of the game, like the last 5 minutes, is competitive. But for us, I know that we're gonna be competitive from the beginning of the game.
What was your experience in Brazil in the Olympic Games?
I didn't go. I never been to Brazil, but I got to make a trip. Me and Danny talks about it all the time, how he wants me to go. So I'll make that trip this summer.
All right,
thank you.
James, do you think you're the MVP of the season?
What do you think?
I think so.
James, how does
So what do you think about Joe Johnson adding to the new teammates?
Joe Johnson and Brandon Wright.
Yeah, Brandon Wright.
Both vet guys that are experienced that can help us.
How important is it to keep the first place in the conference for you?
It's important. That's why we're going to take one game at a time and try to be the best we can be.
So Clint Capella has done in the last 2 seasons over 25 double-doubles, and this season so far over 30 in 1 year. For half of the season. What do you think about Clint Capella?
More time.
Is he getting better and better for the playoffs?
A lot better. More time, more confident. He's a student of the game. He listens, he learns, and he goes out there and just plays hard.
Could you talk about Nene, the Brazilian guy, the big fellow?
The guys with the dreads. Nene's great, man. He's been great for us for the last couple of years. He's definitely you know, my OG. He teaches a lot.
You're a fashionable guy. What's your favorite All-Star jersey of all time?
Man, the NBA is creative. Every single year they comes up with something crazy, something special. I don't have a particular one, but I just love how they just switch it up.
What advice would you give to the current men's basketball team at Arizona?
At Arizona, nothing. I went to Arizona State. Nothing.
Thank you.
Thank you.